Howdy y'all, Jackson here with Ictric Studios. Sorry about the slight delay to get started. We were waiting on Kyle, he's still not here.
Classic.
Yeah, I'm joined by one co-host, Nate.
Nate, but no camera because
No.
my internet is being trashed.
Yep.
Kind of like, San Antonio Brahmas. So, as you'll find out later on.
Yep, we will get there. Obviously, they'll be last because they're the last to start, but you know. Alrighty.
Sure.
Let me pull up. So we had the fun leagues. NorCal has not posted their scores yet, which is disappointing because their games help dictate the entire Mega SRS ranking. So I don't have that because they didn't put their scores in yet. But outside of that, yes, I want to go back to the Peach State. We had the Peach State Cats who had their game against the stateside Silverbacks of the GIFL. They won 51-2. So just an absolute destruction for Peach State. So supposedly the AAL2 kicks off this week. So we've got some games to pick for them. And then we will still pick the NorCal because I'm sure that they played. They just haven't updated their website. So, the Peach State Cats are playing the Carolina Predators again. Last time they played, Peach State kicked the shit out of them. So, and I made the mistake of picking Carolina. So,
darn right, I kept the faith.
Yep. Well, Peach State is like the feeder team for the Columbus Lions. I should have believed in them because Carolina is the feeder team for the Carolina Cobras, and that's Kyle's team. So I should have never had faith in them to begin with.
Never had faith in a Kyle team, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go Georgia here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Georgia. These two teams are both also in the GIFL. As you can remember, the Georgia Indians lost the championship to Main Street, but were in the championship. Now it's a toss-up game. The Tri-City River Gators versus the Mississippi Wolfpack. I have no idea if either team played last... Actually, I'm pretty sure Tri-City did not play last year. I don't know if Mississippi played last year.
I'll Tri-City. It's a cooler name.
All right. I'll go the home. I'll go the home team.
That's probably a safe bet, but we'll find out.
Okay, I think
the Valley Jets are
the Jets. I believe are the worst team. So, and the Sharks
are Gold.
Yeah, and then the Sharks are the best team.
Sharks are.
But the Savages
are stomping everyone. So yeah,
Savages.
It's such a great name, but no, the Sharks have been smoking people.
All right, we have the AIF, which would be Kyle's thing, but Kyle's not here, so.
We can come back to it.
Yeah, I'll just go over the score anyways, and then maybe he'll have something. I don't know if he did his work beforehand. But the West Michigan Ironman destroyed the Coralville Chads, 62-14. Luckily, I think the West Michigan definitely had more points than fans. Coralville might have. There was nobody in the stands for that game. They only had goalposts in one end zone. It's really kind of sad. But yeah, so West Michigan.
That's pretty sad.
West Michigan. I can pull up the. Let me pull up the.
Can't believe I traded up for this.
West Michigan had them. Yeah, you should have taken West Michigan. They were going to win. I was very confident they were going to win. Yeah, so here, this is the stadium from the game. I think, yeah, they only had the goalpost on the one side, and there's like nobody here.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
It's a nice looking stadium. It's just. Also, shout out, they have the River Kings the field, despite the fact that it's the Coralville team, but they're owned by the same guy, so.
Okay.
But yeah, so West Michigan just smoked them. They did get better though. They scored 2 touchdowns this time and only gave up
We
64
did.
instead of
Yeah, I think.
75.
So now theoretically, we'll allow only 55-ish and score 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, in 6 weeks maybe you'll win a game.
But anyways, week 7, yeah, West Michigan.
Yeah, easy dub.
Not really a question there. So.
Nope, they got that championship all locked up already.
Can we go undefeated in this league?
They will. There was one.
No, not them. Us.
Oh, us.
Like our pick'em.
It's gonna come down to whether or not we can choose who's gonna win between Cedar Rapids and Coralville.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I gotta go Cedar Rapids with that.
But the fact that our record, all-time record, is 20-2.
It's 20-2. Kyle has 8 losses, bro.
Kyle kept trying to pick up points and just kept digging his hole deeper.
That's brutal.
There was one good April, because all the football things are doing April Fool's thing. Most of them are, not great. And then we had, Massachusetts 3 years ago, whatever. Those fuckers. But one of the jokes was that the AIF and the AF1 were going to merge, and then the joke was that maybe West Michigan will finally have some real competition to play.
Speaking of really funny April Fool's jokes, I just found out today in 2011, Central Arkansas football field, it's now got purple and gray like stripes. I don't know if you've seen it. You might have watching AC climb. I don't know, but they had announced in 2011 that they were going to do that on April Fool's Day, and so everyone thought it was a joke. That September, they actually did it.
That's amazing.
So they did the opposite of Massachusetts. They I don't know if they were intentionally trying to prank people into thinking it was a prank, or it was just a really poor marketing scheme, or what. But they just
didn't realize what day it was.
It's like, oops. But yeah, I like Central Arkansas for that now. Screw you, Massachusetts.
Yeah. All right, we can go to Major League Rugby. Cool. MLR. Are you doing yours? Do you want to do yours first?
I can do mine, yeah. We'll do entire screen. We'll go over to Houston. Hello.
Hello, Kyle.
Hello.
Nice of you to show up.
Yep. I do my best. I'm trying to watch your stream now.
Well, hey. At least both of us are here now.
So you're the one viewer.
Wait. Let me go be the second viewer.
Oh, jeez. Okay, while Kyle does that, the game I chose was Houston taking down San Diego, 34-14. Once again, Jackson and Kyle failed to keep faith into Houston. Got to stop dying, my boys.
Nope.
Pretty dominant victory. 4 tries to 2 over San Diego.
For the record, Nate, I made that pick for you. I just let you believe in your boys.
Yeah, that's fair. I did say theoretical favorites, so I would have thought maybe Houston would have been the favorite in this, but maybe I'm wrong. So thank you for doing that. But regardless, we dominated possession. We spent most of the time in San Diego's side of the field. Not really surprised that San Diego had a few more tackles. And look at this. Less penalties, and we had 2 penalty goals. I'm truly blessed to see the day where Houston is penalized less than somebody else. So we love to see it.
San Diego was penalized for not having an NFL team.
Yeah, true. And then Rufus McLean, great name, with 5 points along with Andre Warner, mid name. So Rufus carrying the team. I might get a Rufus McLean jersey because that just goes hard. He scored a try there. Sam leading the way with carries. We could look at turnovers 1. A few by
a bunch of people.
Houston. I'm declining.
Even Rufus.
Rufus is the player of the game. Rufus is all over the field. He's getting the turnovers. He's getting the tries. He's collecting points. My boy Rufus out here. Let's make sure. But he did have 2 turnovers. What the heck, Rufus? But Drew Wild living up to his last name with 4 turnovers there. So
Wild.
So yeah, Houston overall coasted in this game. Not really much to worry about there. So
Okie dokie. Pull up my.
Can you end your stream and put it back up? It's always perpetually loading for me.
Me. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop streaming.
Same thing, but I was just following through with the spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, I was trying to.
Although I guess this would have been the first time where we'd have actual highlights.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Is it working now?
There we go. Yeah.
All right. Major League Rugby. We got our boys, the Chicago Hounds, and Houndy McHoundface, our mascot, and the NOLA Gold. So New Orleans would start the scoring here with a penalty kick. 18 minutes in, and then 22 minutes in, they would get the first try of the game. They would then add a penalty goal in the 35th or 34th minute to go up 11-0. But here in the 39th minute, Chicago would get their first try. And then in the second half, Chicago would add their second try of the game to go down by 1. And now in the 54th minute, they'd get a breakaway here to go up 15-11, and then they would end up winning 20-18. So, points leaders, Dorian Jones and Chris Hinselbeck were both 8 points. Everybody splitting the tries. Apparently NOLA was really good at moving the ball. Just not scoring. Maybe they had a lot of turnovers. Yeah, they had a lot of turnovers. Tackles. What tackles there? Okay. Time of possession was pretty evenly split. So it really came down to tries. Because neither team really hit their. Well, Chicago missing all 3 of their conversions is kind of a womp moment.
Yep.
But they came away with the W, and that's all I care about, right? Do you have your game up yet, Kyle, or do you want me to just...
Yeah, I have mine up. I'm gonna be doing Seawolves versus Anthem. Do you want to pull it up on your stream and I can just talk through it?
Oh, yep, I can do that. She-Wolf and Anthem. There we go.
All right, so nice 80-minute game here. A little bit closer than I would have preferred for the Seawolves.
Yeah, Anthem's gonna break through one of these days.
Yeah, really. They're testing fate. I wish there was
It's gonna happen within the next 3 weeks. I'm calling it right here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a sad day.
As the Anthem #1 supporter.
Darn right.
You should get their jersey.
Get it when they win.
When they win.
So I can say I officially bandwagoned a 1-1
it looks
team.
like majority of the game was played about midfield to these. It was actually a pretty balanced game, all things considered. 48% on the Anthem side of the field, midfielder Anthem side, I should say. Most points, Divian Rousseau. A good amount of tries. Yeah, really a very balanced game here. Sad to say. Anthem did have
Dabble's
most of
so
the
good
game.
now.
Well, a little bit over half. It was pretty even game. Not what you want to see against Anthem.
That's also a great name.
Yeah, a lot of great
Toby Fricker.
Toby Fricker, yeah. That is a solid name.
Turnovers,
Seattle's got a guy named Rhino.
Van Buren.
Yeah.
Albert O'Shaughnessy. This league's got great names, man.
Yeah, yeah, it really does. I think it's because you get so many people from so many different backgrounds and foreign countries.
Yeah.
Compared to
JP Smith is definitely a 9 to 5 accountant. Locking it in.
It sounds like it, but yeah.
What about Juan Pablo?
A lot more even for a
John
game
Morgan.
you would want to see against Anthem. Sadly enough to say, Seawolves had 49 crossed gain lines to Anthem's 61. That being said, you want to hold Anthem a little bit more, but you can't complain too much, I guess, if you're still outscoring them with just over 2/3 as much. Yeah, not. It was a game, not a terrible game. Could have lost, but still in it.
Yeah.
Still in it.
Just
championship
barely.
hangover.
Yeah. Championship appearance hangover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, duh.
They got pushed over.
I mean, to be fair, New England's also having a championship hangover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They did not play a great game.
Chicago's being the only good sports team in the entire city right now.
Chicago, yeah, in the East.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I just got what you meant.
Yeah.
All of Chicago, yeah.
Yeah.
Wild considering what they were last year.
They weren't
by any means.
Yeah, they weren't 5-1
terrible,
good. They
but-
were mid at the beginning of the season and then started being good right at the end and then choked in the playoffs.
No, we won a game in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, you did. I was thinking you lost first round on a choke. My bad.
Yeah, they beat Old Glory, I thought.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just glancing
Maybe I'm
at
wrong
the
about that.
standings now.
Yeah. All right. Other scores. New England upset Utah, and then Rugby LA.
I had faith in my boys. I had faith in my boys. Oh, I didn't take them. Fuck.
And then
LA cooking right now.
Yeah, and then LA. Yeah, they scored a bunch of points the last 2
Didn't
weeks.
they drop a 50 piece the other week too?
Yeah, they scored a bunch of points the last 2 weeks.
What's going on?
They didn't play defense either, but their offense was good.
It doesn't matter. They're scoring 50 a game right now.
Yeah, so they've made their SRS. They've gotten all the way up to rounding to 0.
Wild. That's wild.
All right. Scores. Seattle versus Old Glory. This is kind of this is kind of a tank
Do
ball.
I hit him? Do I hit him with the chat? Yeah, I do. Our first one for MLR. It's really more of a mid bowl, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'll go Seattle, but it's kind of a suspect.
They're basically the same, so I'm gonna lean home team. They can sleep in their own beds. What say you, Kyle?
I feel
switch
like
mine to Old Glory.
Back. Yeah, Old
Switch
Glory
mine to
bounces
Old
back.
Glory. Switch it to Old Glory, and here's why. Here's why, chat.
They can score points.
No, you're about to see. You're about to see. What I'm about to do. So Kyle's taking Old Glory, so I'm like, so.
You're taking Old Glory. All right, NOLA Anthem.
Too technical, but I'm going balls to the walls crazy. I think it happens this week. I think Anthem does it. I think they got it. They've competed with Seattle. They nearly beat Houston. This is the most vulnerable team they are playing. I think they can pull it off.
I'm gonna pick against Anthem until they get their first win.
It's a fair pick, and normally 99% of the time I would, but I feel like Anthem's got some momentum right now. Losing games within single digits multiple times in a row. Gotta respect it.
Yeah, they didn't blow their lead like Chicago, like NOLA did.
Join me in the coalition.
I'm gonna join you. Give me Anthem.
Yeah, baby. I'm gonna go Houston. LA's cooking, but
give me LA. Give me LA. I believe in LA.
I respect it.
I'll go rugby LA too. Fuck it.
Oh God.
I'm gonna go
respect
Chicago. Oh no, I'll go San
Give
Diego.
me Chicago. Give me Chicago. I want to believe.
This is spicy right now.
Then give me the Philly.
We're not.
You-
Okay, New England. Miami is so butt.
Yeah,
Oh man,
they're good.
this is gonna be an interesting week.
This is
Oh man. Oh,
All right.
I'm either gonna gain a.
and we're gonna hop back and get Kyle's picks. Do you want Peach State or Carolina? No, Peach State kicked the shit out of Carolina last time they played.
What was it? Sorry.
In the Fun League, Peach State, Carolina.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Give me the Predators.
And the Carolina Bill Cosby's.
Yeah. Give me the Harambe's.
The Harambe's.
Base.
Give me the River Gators. That's a cool name.
Cali Gold Valley Jets.
Give me Cali Gold.
And the Sharks versus the Savages.
Give me Sharks. Give me Sharks.
Alrighty. And then you got the hardest pick game the entire week. Do you want West Michigan or Cedar Rapids?
Hardest game, really hard.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with my team here, the Ironmen.
Okay.
I know they've been playing like
traded
shit
up
all
and passed
season,
them.
but
Kyle's
gave
first
14 points last week.
Yeah,
I can't believe I traded up to not pick him.
Yep.
The Mitch Trubisky of team selections.
I gave up my team in the hopes of getting them, but I was picking last.
Yeah.
All right, NAL. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Share my entire screen again. Go over here. All right, so I'm a moron. I've been saying Salina wrong the whole time.
We want NAL.
I'm saying it right.
This is.
Oh, yep, you're right. Clicked one too far over. There we go. So at Omaha Beef, continuing to just barely squeak out the W's. The loss is coming inevitably.
Hey, but you did cut Lorenzo Brown last week and replaced him, so.
Thank God, because he was trash.
You got yourself a Kansas City goat, because that's who Joshua Hollins is.
And I like anybody with the last name Holiday. Jackson Holiday, Matt Holiday.
Connor Holiday, former Wazoo quarterback.
Yeah. So I know the guys I listed are not football whatsoever, but I trust this guy. And bear with me while I try to read these stats because, per usual, this stupid site gives me seizures doing completed to incompletions. So Joshua Hobbs is 5 for 9 for 45 yards and no touchdown passes. With Bryce being 2 for 4, only for 5. Not really doing well through the air per usual. A couple times sacked, but Josh running the ball. Got 3 rushing touchdowns, and Jeff Mack also contributing there. So, and then look at the defense. Got 2 sacks there. A couple interceptions that helped us out a lot. Kyle Black and Jay Sean Washington. No touchdowns, unfortunately, there. And no kick return touchdowns, and obviously no punting. And our kicker is Buns. So, but he did get a deuce. So. As for Idaho, obviously, as you saw, they threw a couple interceptions, and the turnovers are key for this game here. So Giovanni Sanders was 16 for 26, 129 yards, and a couple touchdown passes. So a bit more efficient than our guys, but was also a bit more careless with the football. In terms, he did run for a couple touchdowns, 25 total yards. And looking at receiving, I didn't look at Omaha's because, it wasn't worth it. But apparently they have a couple defensive backs playing receiver too. Khalil Stewart catching a touchdown there. And yeah, so no kick returns for them. And then they also missed a field goal. Or missed a
God, I wish they would just get a fucking kicker.
It's so bad. Richard Flanders is just not great.
He was the defensive player of the year last year. Thank you very much.
Really?
Yes. He's just not a kicker. I guess it's better than they had a lineman kicking last year.
There we go. Now I have Salina up for next, and not anything out of order.
What about?
All right, Kyle.
You, Kyle.
I'm still getting my stuff pulled up. If you want to do yours real quick.
My team's lost, and then Nate covered the.
Yeah.
And I was
teams win.
Yeah, I was assuming you were going to cover Carolina beating Columbus.
Yeah, that sounds right. I was trying to get to it and whatnot. Yeah,
that was my other team.
You want to get it pulled up?
Yes, I can. I can pull it up. Let me go to scores.
Going to. So great game. We're winning as per usual. We're gonna win it all this year. We got a trophy spot for it.
Say personal, it might not be out of realm of possibility.
Not completely out of it right now.
Yeah.
Well, because you're 1-1. Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's more open because the Beef aren't the Beef anymore. The Beef are the Yankees now.
Yeah.
You can only talk about all of our rings. We're washed.
So James Summers had 2 touchdown passes. How many yards? 13 completions, 18 attempts for 90 yards. 2 other people threw, but it was only 3 total attempts known were completions. It was another QB and a wide receiver. It is funny that James Summers is listed as a running back.
Yeah, he played wide receiver for them a couple years ago.
Yeah. It just our best quarterback is a running back, but actually this time.
Yeah. For realsies.
For our rushing numbers, 92 yards on 14 attempts by Summers is pretty good. So he just.
Oh my gosh! Former Cubs manager David Ross.
Yeah. So Summers averaged 7 yards, pretty good. With 1 rushing touchdown, he did fumble though, but that's fine every now and then. Columbus, on the other hand, Marcus Brooks.
He threw 3
6
interceptions.
Completions on 12 attempts, so he's 500. 3 interceptions on those 6 incompletions is kind of wild. So I would say that's a 75% completion rate. 1 touchdown pass, 152 yards. 152 yards and only 1 touchdown is kind of wild.
Also on only 6 completions.
6 completions, yeah. Kind of wild, not gonna lie.
Columbus has some cracked wide receivers.
Yeah, I need to go to look at those receiving numbers. Only 2 listed receptions. That's weird.
Yeah, they did.
34 yards though. Yeah, that's wild. Rushing, their quarterback 1 attempt, 1 yard. Their best was Marco Lee, 8 attempts for 33 yards, averaged about 4, 1 touchdown. So yeah, that's pretty good. Well, decent. Yeah. Not too much else to say for this game, other than kind of a blowout.
Yep. All right. For standings, they split into divisions now, like halfway through the year for no reason.
Lovely.
But I guess Carolina's 2-1. So Beaumont is technically first in the American at 1-0. Carolina is 2-1. Columbus 2-1. Shreveport 1-2. Wheeling 0-3. And then over there, the National Division, Omaha at 3-0, Sioux City at 2-1, Colorado at 1-2, and Idaho at 0-2. Stat leaders. Verlin, the other game, forgot to mention. Colorado beat Sioux City 35, Sioux City beat Colorado 35-26.
Give me a scare there.
Yeah. But yeah, Verlin Reed is your leading in passing right now for Sioux City. They also have the leading rusher in Andre Prohask. Also the leading receiver in David Powell. So Sioux City leading all the offensive categories.
Your team's finally winning something.
Yep. All right. So, Shreveport versus Idaho.
Is it at Idaho?
It's at Idaho.
Give me Idaho.
I'm gonna go Idaho, even though they don't
I'll
have
go
Austin
Idaho.
Schaefer anymore. And then Wheeling at Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina easy.
I assume you're going with your Cobras, Kyle.
Yeah, give me Cobras.
Alrighty. We can head on up to the AF1. Alright, are you going first, Nate?
Green. Alright, this time going to the AIF1. Corpus Christi, my former team, taking down one of my current teams in Salina. So I was saying earlier, turns out I was saying it wrong. I'm just a complete moron. But yeah, the Liberty, despite having a cool logo and name, are just trash now. So losing 37-51. Take a look at our stats. A couple picks from Javin Kilgo.
Hey, that's
42
less than last week.
Touchdown. It was less than last week, so that's last game. So progress, I guess. Maybe next time he plays, no interception.
Yeah.
Crazy thought process there. Virtually no rushing yards. Not really a surprise. Ever Smith leading the way in receiving. Did get a forced fumble, pass deflection there, a couple sacks.
Shout out to your
TFL.
kicker with 2 tackles.
But yeah, shout out to me, even though I'm not Nathaniel. So also another great name that we found, Freddie McGee III. That's my goat right there. In terms of kicking, did he contribute in any way? He did miss a PAT, but he did drill a field goal. So that works with me.
No deuces.
No deuces, sadly. As for Corpus Christi, Fred Payton Jr. Wasn't super accurate, but notably more passing yards.
They must suck on defense because Fred Payton was not good last year for any of the teams he played for.
Yeah, we're not good at anything. I'm just gonna.
Hey, look, another Nathaniel.
Yeah. What the heck? It's a popular name. So 2 rushing touchdowns for Fred Payton there. And splitting the wealth between a couple guys, mostly going to Darius Prince and Jaron McGraw. 4 different guys getting a touchdown reception. And the 2 guys I get to, Isaiah McFarland picked us off twice. And a couple of 4 pass deflections is diabolical.
Oh, he's
Holy crap.
Dwayne, he was all arena back in the real Arena Football League.
Fair enough. Okay, Dwayne's a baller, and Isaiah had a really good game too with 2 more pass deflections as well. You'd think you wouldn't want to throw to those 2, but who knows? So
who else are you supposed to throw at then?
Other corners. I don't know.
There'd be like 1 more corner, so all the passes have to go to 1 guy.
Just throw the 1 guy. Just stack up your receivers on that 1 guy. A deuce for Aiden Johnson. So. I forgot to look at returns, but no return touchdowns. But Jackson might have 1 because it's tradition for his teams to do so. So Salina.
I don't think I've had any kick returns yet this year.
That's tragic. It was a last year tradition.
Yeah. All right. AF1 for me. We've got Albany at Nashville. Nashville had their new quarterback, Rakeem Cato. They would take the lead here, but Castronova would come back, tie things up. But Nashville would keep the thing moving with a big man touchdown. But once again, Albany would come right back. Here's a broken play for Nashville to take back the lead. But here at the end of the first half, Albany would take the lead. Then they would get a deuce coming out in the half. And then everything in the second half would be all Albany. So there's a pick by Cato. Castronova moving out of the packet, throwing a man perfect. 42-34. Stats. Castronova, he was 12 of 28, so he was actually less than 500 completions, but he did have 127 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also had picked up 35 yards on the ground, and they let Trayvon Shorts get a touchdown. Dwayne Brown, 5 receptions, 55 yards, 2 touchdowns. Townsend and Scott also getting touchdowns. Their kicker, 5 for 5, 1 for 1 on field goals with 2 deuces, so he was the special team player of the week. I want to do a shout out to Rakeem Cato, who got signed like 3 days before the game happened. Balled out pretty decently and then got cut yesterday. So I don't really know what's going on with Nashville and their quarterback situation.
Sign.
All right, Jackson, do you want to pull? Do you want me to cover the Oregon Lightning, Kansas, Southwest Kansas Storm, even though they lost?
Yeah, I can pull that. That was a Falcons gonna Falcon, by the way.
Yeah, yep, it was. Yes, it was. Talk about a big old
W.
Yep. My teams love to choke. I don't know what it is about them. But I'm just gonna cover.
Well, Oregon choked last week too. It was kind of funny. So they pulled the Uno reverse card.
So just to get started here, Oregon Lightning, their kicking missed both of their, they were 2 for 3 on their point afters. Southwest Kansas Storm was 4 for 6. So it's a difference of making all of them for both teams. And Kansas still would have won.
No, then it would have been. Then it would have been 42-42. Yeah.
Yeah. Either way. I'm going to go to passing for Oregon now. 20 for 37, 1 interception, 3 touchdowns. That's actually really good. 258 yards, averaging 13 yards a pass. That's actually really good on their passing. Kansas Storm passing, Jalen Morton, 10 for 23, 2 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, 227 yards. Not terrible, but it could have been better. Long of 41, which is pretty good. Going to rushing for Southwest Kansas Storm. Best rusher, I'd say, was Logan Wright, the running back. 10 attempts, 37 yards, average of 4. 1 touchdown, long of 8. That being said, the quarterback did have 9 attempts for 33 yards, also about averaging 4. 1 touchdown, but also a fumble. So quarterback was definitely a liability this game, with 3 total turnovers.
Yep. All right.
So,
yeah, that's all 3 games. Okay. Standings. Corpus Christi leads the Central at 2-0. Albany leads the East at 2-0, and Billings leads the West at 1-0.
Congrats to Nashville on being second in the East.
Yep.
Hey, my teams are just so good. They're in second. I don't remember which one my last one is.
If my teams aren't first, they're last, Ricky Bobby.
Washington. So second.
Second. Yes. I was like, wait, I don't know. I don't remember which one was mine. None of these look familiar. Then I forgot about the Wolfpack.
Apologize, Wolfpack.
Yeah.
I was going to say, didn't you drop them? That's why I was like thinking that they were yours.
I never.
No, they were a computer team last year.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just recognized
because I lost. I forgot who I'd lost, to be honest.
I lost my Iowa Rampage, R.I.P. Rakeem Cato played 2 games for them, which is one more than he played for the Cats. Stat leaders, Dalton Cole is your passing leader. Shout out to the former Amarillo Venom quarterback. Jalen Morton is your rushing leader. Chris Lewis is your receiving leader. There were some things. Michael Lawson, tackle leader. Manny People, sacks. Dontra Matthews, interceptions leader. Okay. On to making our picks.
Billings.
Yes, I'm going Billings.
Yeah, give me Billings here. Give me the Cats.
But they have no quarterback. Well, actually, they have Tyler.
That's Kyle.
They have Tyler Kulka on their roster, former Obik Siegel. He also played.
Kyle.
Oh,
I didn't make my pick yet.
Sorry. He played, and then he played for the Detroit Ravens in that one game against West Michigan.
Shout out to my all-big sequel legend.
Yeah. Oregon's not good. Nashville, I don't think is good either, but they played pretty good last game. But then again, they don't have that same quarterback. So who?
I'll go Nashville.
Who fucking knows?
Albany.
Yeah, give me Albany.
Yeah. Albany. Yep. On to Aussie land.
Okay. I did not get to find my comment of the week, so I'll look for that in a minute, but that could be done at the end. All right. I had this open. It turns out I lied. It shouldn't take more than a couple seconds. So I'm covering the St. Kilda game. So shout out to my goated St. Kilda Saints out here, winning by 82 over Richmond. Easy dubs. You know, my dad raised me as a St. Kilda fan, and
I thought you were going to say Buffalo fan.
But
it's not really that different.
Yeah, it really isn't. Established for winning premierships, but they're gonna do it this year through the power of friendship. I'm telling you. So clearly got a lot of goals here in this game. They did also miss on a few opportunities, 15 behinds there, but clearly didn't really matter because Richmond blows. More disposals, kicks, handballs. They were inside the 50 more. A tiny bit more efficient, more efficient in disposals. They are far more efficient inside the 50, and that inside the 50 rate for Richmond is just horrible. But Richmond had more free kicks, I guess, so good for you. More stoppage clearances and clearances. Won the contested possession battle and uncontested. Possession overall was relatively close, and even the last 10, well, maybe it wasn't because the last 10 minutes was dominated by Richmond. So most of the game,
but they were so far behind, it didn't really matter.
Yeah, right. So it looks like St. Kilda was dominating in the possession battle there for the most part until they just kind of took their foot off the gas. Marks inside the 50, 21-7. That'll do it to you. Good Lord, their average is so bad. So 21 is a pretty decent number to be hitting there. But so Richmond's clearly this year's ruse. They were winning for 20 minutes though. Falcons get a Falcon ? So more tax inside the 50, and going over really quickly to player stats. Let's look at fantasy points, chat. Jack Sinclair leading the way with 134 fantasy points, despite not scoring a goal. And leader in goals, Mitch Owens, he had 4. Anybody really inefficient? Not really surprised. A Richmond Tiger. And last but not least, I'll look at disposals. Jack led the way in disposals with 40 there. So overall, great W for St. Kilda, and surely they're going to win it all. I guarantee it. And in a minute, I will be pulling my comment of the week from that game.
Yep. I do want to apologize to the Richmond Tigers. they were in the game when I went to bed, so I'm going to take the blame for why they fell
Based.
apart. All right. I had not real choices really for AFL this week, so I got Carlton versus Western. Carlton would take an early, pretty big lead here, going up 26, I think, but eventually here, midway through the third, Western would make it a 10-point game, and here they'd make it a 1-goal game, and then with 4 minutes left, they would take the lead, and they would end up winning 83-75. So it was a bit. It was really kind of. Let me pull up the timeline of just how depressing it must have been as a Carlton Blues fan. You're just cruising along, it's up pretty. I guess not big, but up at halftime, and then the second half, you just slowly fall apart and blow it. So let's see if there's really any big discrepancies. Yeah, your big discrepancy is efficiency inside the 50. Either team weren't totally efficient, but it's like a 14% difference. More free kicks. Western led the possession battle. Carlton did have more marks inside the 50. They just didn't capitalize on it. Yeah, so you're winning 108 minutes and you lost. Womp womp. Skill issue.
Pocket's got a pocket.
Yeah. Fantasy leader for the game was Tom Limbertor, who even had a goal. Shout out.
W.
More points than the guy who scored 5 goals, who is the 5th person, because I don't understand how scoring works.
I'm tempted to create a fantasy league for this and then makes goals the highest value. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. What game did you want, Kyle?
For 2 seconds because I found a great comment.
Like disposals get you like the most points or something?
Maybe. I mean, it moves the ball, but
disposal clearly is, I think, the biggest factor. But there are other ways.
Kicks for sure.
Yeah, but I'm scrolling up to the top here. It's saying Saints footy in full swing. I don't know what the heck that means, but shout out to my boy. Did I just pass him? Regional Vic Tiger. What is Saints footy? Not winning anything ever. Totally relatable. Based. Spitting facts about the Saints. So I hate the fact that.
But they're built to win premierships.
Oh man, I wish it would just say premiership because then it would be 100% accurate.
It's such an unfortunate slogan.
For my game, it's my turn, right?
Yes. What game did you want?
Okay, I'm gonna pick Adelaide versus North Melbourne.
Just rubbing it in, you monster.
Yep. So, looking at the
doesn't matter to me. I'm a the Saints fan now.
Then just kind of, I've already been scrolling through this a little bit. So, scroll down to possessions. So after stoppages, so rather pretty equal all around through possessions in general. Roughly similar times of possession for both. Go down a little bit, so to marks. Marks fairly consistent, a little bit more leaning towards Adelaide for marks inside the 50, and then going down to scoring, I think this is where it starts to really show the disparity. So it's 17-12 on goals, 12-6 on behinds, which is and then time in front, 126 minutes to 4.
Shout out to North Melbourne's biggest lead of 2.
Yep. And then I think the game was definitely won on defense here for the Crows, 58 to 47 tackles, and then 13 tackles inside the 50, which is huge for them. And yeah, that about sums up that game. Looking at player stats here, for for this most goals, there were 2 people scored 4 goals, 1 on each team, Taylor Walker and Nick Larkey. Behind, multiple people scored 2. Not really going to go over that. Both Taylor Walker and Nick Larkey, so both of them were the top scorers for their team. That being said, fantasy point-wise, they are nowhere near the top. That goes to Jai Simpkin with 117
That is an unfortunate
points.
last name in the modern culture.
Yep, that very much is. On the Melbourne, so at least they have something on this game. And yeah, 680 meters gained. That is insane.
It's a lot of running.
Yeah. Almost a kilometer. Jesus. Yeah.
Alrighty. Other scores around the league. We had Eston beat Port Adelaide. Gold Coast beat Melbourne. Hawthorn beat GWS. Brisbane beat Geelong. And Fremantle beat West Coast. Alright. I'm leaving my boy Collingwood.
I'm going Collingwood after that horrific choke job.
Give me Magpies. Give me Magpies here.
I'm going Geelong.
Excuse me. Geelong.
Yeah, give me Geelong.
We'll Adelaide.
I'll go Adelaide.
Yeah, give me the Crows.
I'm gonna go Brisbane.
Give me the Lions by 75. That no condition. I'm just saying that's probably gonna happen.
Lions, please.
Lions.
Pass on Lions.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Swans.
You're gonna go Swans.
Yeah, give me Swans.
I'm going to go North Melbourne.
North Melbourne is buns, man.
Yeah, but so are the Swans.
Yeah, they're about equally at.
The 1 and 2, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's the home
They were
team?
just in the championship.
Yeah, they got smoked in the championship, and then they forgot how to play footy.
Joe made the championship.
Yeah, but then they forgot how to play footy. Actually, they forgot how to play footy before then.
Is that like just what happened in the championship? You know, Magpies did.
I still trust them over North Melbourne all day.
And
Well, we'll see.
Wrong,
You should have believed in your boys.
I
don't believe in my boys. As the Swans representative here.
Give me the Giants for this next one.
Going GWS.
I feel like you'd have to be an idiot to go Eagles.
You never know.
Port Adelaide is not good right now. They're 1 and 2. Let's go St. Kilda.
St. Kilda, baby.
Yeah, give me. I'll go Port Adelaide here.
Best.
I'm going Western.
I'm going Bulldogs for sure.
Give me my Dockers. I'm gonna drop so many points this week. Oh god.
Probably not. Theoretically, the Swans should still be a lock, and then if the Swans lose, then they probably are this year's North Melbourne. But like as of now, the Swans should still theoretically, on paper, beat the.
Well, we can check the spread when we go to losing money with Jackson. All right, on to. I guess we can do league. No, we'll go to IFL first because they started a week earlier. Yeah. Jack McRae is your fantasy points leader right now. Nick Larkey of the Kangaroos is your goal leader.
Nice.
Noah Anderson, your disposal leader. Jack Henry, your mark leader. All right. Now we're going to the IFL. The fact they don't have anything really showing anything. But, so I'll just do my game. Because I'm the only person that has anything to really show.
I'll have news to report in a second.
So, Quad Cities versus Massachusetts.
Go Quad City!
So, Kenji Behar here would throw a pick 6 to start the scoring off. Shout out.
April Fools!
Yeah, Massachusetts would take the lead 7-6 though on that, but Dequan
Dang it.
Neal would respond.
Yeah.
But Massachusetts would respond
Dang it.
back. They would then take the lead here,
Boo.
but Quad City would come back. Here they would take the lead back to their
Yay!
own. Here they would go up 30.
Is this the dagger? Oh!
You catch Kenji Bear
shoot,
make
I
it
shouldn't
if
have
we
said
get a
that.
1-score game. They go for the
No,
onside
no.
kick.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, I guess I forgot about this. There was a kick return
You
this week.
did! News! Fake news!
So
That was the worst April Fool's joke I've heard involving the Massachusetts Pirates since the Massachusetts Pirates pulled it.
yeah,
I'm heated.
the Quad Cities won
Unbelievable.
2-0. They won.
Oh
So
my gosh. Okay, well, Kyle. Well, unless if you're going like, okay.
I'll just go over the
We'll
scores
do
and then you can talk about your
okay.
news.
Alright.
Quad City Massachusetts, Green Bay beat Iowa 52-47. So Iowa's offense has improved since last year. So good news for the Barnstormers. Fisher's Freight shock. This is the expansion team won their first game. So 41-29.
legit.
Northern Arizona kind of
But also
sucks
just
though. But
yeah, that they weren't great last year. So
yeah, San Antonio upset Bay Area.
let's go, baby.
Arizona Rattlers absolutely destroyed Tucson.
If Arizona doesn't win this year, I don't know what.
Dalton Sneed also unretired this week, and so they have Dalton Sneed returning.
Retired?
Yeah, he was retired, but he unretired. But while he was retired, they signed Drew Powell back, who is like a 3-time league MVP. So they have a 3-time MVP on their bench as their backup quarterback. And then the Vegas Golden Nighthawks for Kyle.
Yep.
They had a comeback win over San Diego, 48-41. So you have some news, Nate, before we get on to...
I do, and it's my UFL stuff's gonna probably pop up first, but yeah, I don't care about that. So despite winning this week, San Antonio decided to fire Tom Menas, whatever, as the Gunslingers GM and head coach. According to Jackson, was fired multiple times by Antonio Brown because he's a bum. He was apparently a fundamental reason why the Gunslingers ended last year's the best offense.
I mean,
so
I guess he is the reason why Castronova signed with them, but let's be honest, Castronova is the reason why they had the number.
Castronova is the reason, yeah. So quite the base take there. James Fuller will be it doesn't technically say interim, but he'll be taking over. He was the coach for the Sharks and the Cobras, and also played a little bit in the NFL in the 90s for the Chargers. New Orleans Saints, nice job, morons. And the Eagles, that's going to make me so mad. And so, yeah, that's really all there was to it. So I didn't really, they didn't even have like anything noting about the game, just the fact that they fired their head coach. So,
womp womp. All right, pick Tulsa versus Fisher. Well, Fisher did win their first game, but Tulsa has also won. Tulsa probably beat a better team, so I'm gonna go Tulsa. Yeah, I'm gonna go Quad City. Rivalry match.
Iowa looked pretty good, but since you're an expert on both, I'll go Quad City too.
Yeah, give me Quad City.
Quad City beat the Blizzard, and the Blizzard just are the ones who beat Iowa. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ooh. Well,
give me Rattlers.
Yeah, you know, I'm just kind of.
Yes, this is the most tanky of tank bowls.
I know.
Definitely.
We don't have the opposite of the tank bowl. Yeah, I'll go Arizona. I want to go Green Bay, but Arizona.
I'm going Jacksonville.
Yeah, Arizona just looks really good right now. Give me my Golden Nighthawk.
Okay. Who did Jacksonville beat again?
Massachusetts, but they smoked them.
And Vegas beat San Diego by 7. That's hard.
in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'll go Jacksonville. I feel like Vegas could pull this
I wonder
off.
if the teams fly or take buses in this league. That'd be definitely a real
question.
Difference maker there. Because if they take a bus from Vegas, that would really suck.
They might have a poll on it, to be fair, so Vegas might have the advantage of being entertained, albeit scummy. But I feel like Bay Area could bounce back, but I don't know.
I want to believe in Nate Davis.
Yeah, give me Strike Force.
Yeah, I'll just play it safe and go Strike Force.
Alrighty.
Oh God.
I would love to show the statistical leaders, but the Indoor Football League is being stupid right now. Anyways, your standings. Quad Cities leads the East. Arizona leads the West. Alright, on to the UFL. Kicking off week 1.
Go over to there. So, let's be honest, chat. We need to have a real conversation. I just gotta say, we are so back. We are so back. Luis Daddy Perez is going to own everybody here rent-free. Are we going to actually go above 500?
No.
In the first time of the Bob Stoops era? I don't know. But you say that, and how many rings does St. Louis have? Yeah. So
as many as your poverty. Oh no, never
No,
mind.
they have less.
Renegades got a ring, buddy. Get ready to learn Chinese. Get ready to learn Chinese. You thought you cooked with that. You thought you cooked with that. Nice try. And my other team made the championship last year. Got waxed, but they made it regardless. So, yeah. So after all that. The Renegades stunned the Brahmas 33-9. Looks like the offense was clicking on all cylinders. 340 yards to San Antonio's 240. Won the possession battle, or the time possession battle, sorry. 3 red zone touchdowns and 4 attempts. So they were efficient in the red zone. And San Antonio didn't get there as frequently, obviously, with less yards. So I was passing the ball relatively well here. Luis Perez was efficient. As we'll see in a minute, and I heavily outran San Antonio. Again, San Antonio was pretty, run the ball well. Just they struggled to throw, so our secondary had them boxed quite a bit. Only 1 turnover, which was the Luis Perez interception, unfortunately. But we'll look at the Brahma stats here. So Mond is 17 for 31 for 159 yards. Leading rusher was Corbin. They did split it between a couple guys. Lovett had a touchdown. And again, kind of showing the love here, but Mr. Harris leading the way with 63 receiving yards. And the interception belongs to Mayfield Jr. He also had a pass deflection. So did fumble there, but they were able to recover. So, and unfortunately, we did have a kick missed.
It was a really bad miss, too.
But yep. So De La Haye, get ready to learn CFLEs, buddy. I mean CFL. I mean that'd be an upgrade. What am I talking about? Get ready to learn IFLEs, buddy. So, Luis Perez was 25. So, yeah, true. He was efficient, 80% accuracy, 160 yards. We did rely heavily on the ground game, and I don't know if that interception was his fault or not. I'm going to trust that it wasn't. So, Ballage over here, 9 carries. He had a big run, so that was most of his yards, but he had a 77-yard rushing touchdown. And then Smith, 3 carries for 3 yards for 3 touchdowns. Yes, sir. So,
He having Jim Harbaugh flashback for when he was running for Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, love to see it. So again, split the love here. Nobody really standing out. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys over 10 yards, and really only 2 guys above within that 30-yard range. So, but Canella did have a pretty efficient day there. So, a couple tackles for losses, a lot of pass deflections for the Renegades with 7. So they were covering Mond quite well. Just couldn't force a turnover there. And then no kick return touchdowns. But knowing Jackson, he probably has one. And our kicker was 1 for 1, making his lone one from 26.
And your boy Marquette King over there with 51.5.
Shout out to Marquette King, 67-yard punt. So that doesn't really bode well, though. The second punt wasn't. Well, I guess it was pinned inside the 20, though. So, and then last shout out to this moron. I just happened to see that the herd was covered. So
I just still don't understand why he doesn't have an NFL job. He really pissed off someone.
He really did.
Yep. All right.
Do you want to pull up the St. Louis Houston Roughnecks game?
You're the gamblers. We dead name here, Kyle.
Oh, okay. So let's stay on the summary real quick. So this game, very close, obviously. Total yards 460 to 170, 460 to 170. First downs 24 to 11. So St. Louis was just holding the ball, burning clock. 35 minutes time of possession to 24. St. Louis was 3 for 4 in the red zone. Houston was 1 for 2. Houston had 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions to be exact. That's enough for that for now. Going to offense, Manny Wilkins, 17 for 22 for 189 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. This game was mostly on the ground for the Battlehawks, which they still did very well. 4 total touchdowns. Rushing with a long of 74 from Jarvion Howard. Averaging 8.8, 13 attempts, 115 yards. And then, Manny Wilkins with 2 rush attempts, a long of 12, 2 touchdowns, a long of 12, 8 attempts for 43 yards, 5.5 average. So they were destroying them on the run, averaging 6.7 a carry. Houston Roughnecks, on the other hand, they're Anthony Brown, 5 for 11 for 21 yards and 2 interceptions. Not a great performance. Nolan Henderson, 7 for 18, 84 yards and 1 touchdown. Also not that great, but at least a touchdown. Rushing-wise, no touchdowns. Averaging as a team 5.9 yards per carry off 16 attempts. Maybe should have tried carrying the ball more, maybe. I don't know. Long of 33, long of 20 could have skewed that a little bit. But that definitely skewed it.
They were both quarterbacks.
The long of 20. Yep. Definitely skews that, so they were getting nothing on the run. That sums up that. Let me look at defense real quick. Houston Roughnecks had 3 tackles for a loss. Battlehawks also 3 tackles for a loss. I don't know what BR is. What is BR?
That's pass breakup, pass deflection.
Pass breakup. Okay, 7 breakups for the Battlehawks. 1 for the Roughnecks. So St. Louis defense was also doing a great job based on these stat columns. Special teams, I don't think there was anything too interesting here. So
glasses.
We got goggles. No, not glasses, goggles. We call them goggles.
Glasses.
2 with a long of 48. We respect his goggles. He is one of the greatest. Even though he forgot how to kick for a year.
Clearly more than a year if he's in the UFL.
Yeah, he forgot how to kick for 2 years.
He got cut he got cut week 4 or 5, I think. His really bad year, but he's taken a little bit of a break, I think, and then coming back.
Building Lego sets makes sense.
Yeah,
I had to build Lego sets. You're right.
That's where all his money went, and that's why he's kicking the UFL.
Bro, he should have gone on Lego Masters. That would have been sick.
He spent it all on Lego.
True. Kick returns. Roughnecks actually did pretty good on their kick returns, averaging 20 yards off of five returns. So
Pretty standard. I feel like I could be wrong.
20 still isn't bad for a return. And then Battlehawks.
No punting is based.
Yeah,
Good
punting,
lord.
Four returns, averaging 50 or 15 yards a return with a long of 26. So they did pretty good.
Houston had a great punt return stats. I see what you mean now.
You have some great stats. Even,
oh my god. That's crazy.
Yeah, that just about sums it up. Nice close game. If we look at, I jumped over this. If we look at the box score, a nice 6-0 lead to an 18-0 lead. Then the Roughnecks stopped them from scoring in the third, and then gave up 13, but also scored 6.
They scored 6 in the fourth.
Yeah.
Is this the dagger?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I got Birmingham, DC.
Talk about a game.
The real snooze fest. It was a bunch of kicks, a bunch of field goal, and they're gonna have a slow start. It takes a little while to get up to speed when you're weighed down by 3 rings.
Not for the Cardinals, they ain't. Actually, that's probably
we don't know yet.
Hey, Cardinals never lost.
Yeah,
They started off slow last year.
Yeah. So DC ends up winning 18-11. Yeah, also, Magoo was a little slow because he spent the last 8 months playing wide receiver for the Packers.
Okay, based.
So maybe he's got to settle back into being a quarterback, which is
CTE.
probably...
I don't know. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So so for Magoo, I can excuse his shitty passing stats. Jordan Ta'amu, less than 50% completion percentage. Jordan Ta'amu is washed. We're in a bad Jordan Ta'amu year.
Not year anymore.
Should have just gone back to the Battlehawks instead of going to DC.
Yeah.
Nah, DC got a better fan base. I'll die on that hill.
Fuck you.
No, that stadium was empty. They didn't even have enough people in that section to beer snake all the way across up the stands because there were not enough people.
They're too busy watching Ovi break at Wayne Gretzky record. All right, cut him slack.
Magoo also had 80 rushing yards, and that sort of makes up some of his bad passing. But yeah, it was kind of a really boring game. I'll give Matt McCrane.
You're saying there's a chance.
Well, we'll check back in 8 weeks.
Yeah, when Birmingham's 8-1.
Yeah,
you're right. We're close.
They might start 0-2 because they play Michigan next week. Michigan played pretty well. Michigan might be the second best team in the league. But yeah, also the other score was Michigan beat the Showboats 26-12. So your standings are Arlington, St. Louis, DC, all at 1-0.
Right.
Michigan at 1-0.
It's wonderful. It's not going to last long. St. Louis is definitely passing us in a week, but...
Yeah, but St. Louis can't play in the playoffs, They'll either not make it or they'll lose.
Surely they would have made the playoffs above 500.
Yeah. So, Javion Howard's your rushing leader. Jordan Ta'amu is your passing leader, despite the fact stat line was kind of garbage, but he just threw enough.
Yeah, percent completion percentage compared to Luis's 80.
Yeah. Jonathan Adams is your total yard leader in receiving. Yeah. Not much. Yeah. So, there were 3 missed kicks. Not Jake. BT Potter is not Jake Bates. So, big downgrade for Michigan at kicker.
They all got snagged.
Yeah.
It's no longer a kicker league.
Well, all the other kickers other than the YouTuber were pretty decent.
Washed. Nope, they're washed.
Oh, washed.
They should all be having 100% completion percentage from 65 plus.
Yeah. We should shout out to Kai Nakua, who had a 80-yard pick six.
Goodness sakes.
He's the youngest of the Nakua brothers.
I almost said we had the longest touchdown of the week, and not true.
Yeah.
Glad I didn't say it.
Yeah. All right. So losing money with Jackson. Let me pull this to the side so I can log
To
in.
the Wizards.
Let me log in. I've got 3 bets this week, so hopefully 2 of them hit.
Holy crap.
They're all in the UFL. I got the Battlehawks to win by more than 7 against the Brahmas.
Valid.
I got the Renegades to cover 9.5 against the Gamblers.
That's a base take, but yeah, probably will happen.
And then my maybe I had the Michigan Panthers beating the Birmingham Stallions. That's the maybe one, you know.
Yeah, Michigan's gonna hit it, and Arlington will hit it, but St. Louis doesn't. Yeah, I see what you mean by 2 out of 3.
Yep. So, now that I made those picks for my money, I'm going to go against those for my.
Yeah, I'll go Birmingham.
Give me the Panthers.
You go Michigan. You go Birmingham. All right.
Oh, holy mid-off. I'll go DC though.
Give me DC.
You go DC.
I hate saying it, but give me DC.
I will not ever pick a degenerate XFL franchise against the USFL franchise. So no matter what, I will tank my win percentage in this league.
Give me the Renegades.
Yeah, I'm going Renegades.
Then give me my.
I'll go St. Louis.
We're just built different.
Yeah, it's a good point. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How did I pass Kyle? Wasn't Kyle winning this league at some point?
For this season. This season, you're 3-1.
I passed him in this year. That's why I said we were
tied.
Okay.
The all-time record is the tiebreaker.
Yeah, but you're going off.
But yeah, the thing is for this
year. Or you gave me Arlington. Thank you.
Yes, I'm like, I'll let Nate have believed in his boys.
All right.
So, we have the last thing to do, the check to see if the LFA has a schedule, and based on the top of this screen, it looks like there is. We got a schedule, May 2nd.
I have to wait another month?
When the Archangels take on the Blackhawks.
Bro, by the time the season starts, I can't cross the border anymore. I'll be moved back into Monaco by then. They waited too long. I couldn't have just done my last second trip to the border.
Oh no, give me the Cinco de Mayo. Aw.
Gee, I wonder why. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we begin our quest against the Rays. Alright. The quest for undefeated season.
Well, since the Rays sucked last year,
Hidalgo is undefeated. Blackhawks win it all. I love.
Okay, I guess week 2 is your first real test, I would guess, right? Against
we blew them out in the championship, so yeah, it's a lock. Easy dubs.
When do you play the Osos?
Excuse me, the Fundies?
Yes.
The Bears?
Yes. When do they play the
It looks like late in the year.
The Dino, the Archangel, the Blackhawk, the Archangels.
Bro, we dodging them?
June 14th.
Dang.
I kept my 3 teams, right?
And then you play the Mexicas.
Oh no, I got the Mexicas. Okay, yeah. Because I gave up the Dinos.
You gave up the Dinos, yeah.
Yeah, you gave up Barney. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I snagged them. I'll take it.
But at least we have a schedule. The league isn't dead, despite the fact you had two teams
They
kill themselves.
expanded and still netted a loss.
Yep.
Wild.
Yep. All right. Anybody got any closing statements they want to make?
Adios for another undefeated season.
That is
Easy money.
easy money.
Easy
Too
money.
bad
with
they don't have
Jackson.
this. Too bad they don't have this stat league on any of the American betting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk to everybody next week.